So I think that we're live. We did a little bit of buffering, and I wanted to get on today, and I know it's been a few weeks. Things have been brewing here, but it has come to my attention that there are several things that a lot of people I know are struggling with. And I recognized it right away because it's something I was dealing with a year ago. And it's interesting because it came up on my feed today and how it seems to be like very timely. So a year ago today, I had just entered this new office space and I realized it was something I really need in order to function and succeed. And the reason I'm bringing that up today is I've had 4 different conversations around working from home and how this shelter in place has really impacted our ability to work and concentrate and focus and succeed. And I realized that one of the things that's really getting in our way is being way too flexible with ourselves, our location, where we work, what we need when we're working in order to succeed. So last week, I was having a conversation with my husband, and I don't think he cares that I share this with you. It's because it's really simple, but he was feeling really stressed and overwhelmed with his job. It's a fairly new job, and he is a software engineer, so there's like lots of moving parts, and he's also managing different pieces of those parts, and he was feeling really overwhelmed. And this was like day 3 that you could tell he was just kind of, he couldn't take his breath. And I was like, hey, what's going on? So we sat outside and we chatted and we talked. And I said, what's different about the work environment that you have when you're in the office and you feel like this isn't happening and this overwhelm isn't happening? And it come to find out that after we poked around at it for a minute, it ends up that he really, really utilizes a whiteboard at work in his office, and the office downstairs that he's currently, working from doesn't have one. And what's really silly about this whole conversation that we had is we literally just took down a whiteboard that was in our bathroom that we used to keep kind of our honeydew stuff on. And when we painted last month, we took it down. So I said, we have a whiteboard upstairs, so why don't we just put it in your office? And so it took about 3.5 minutes to shift that. And he immediately started writing stuff on his whiteboard, and he started feeling at ease, and like all the thoughts that were jumbled in his head went down on the whiteboard. And we just kind of got tickled at how this idea of being really flexible and adaptable, and we should be able to work anywhere, the kind of the messages we're giving ourselves in this work from home kind of space are really kind of hamstringing us in our ability to succeed. And I've known now that you need your own space, and that own space has to be, outfitted just for what you need. And it's interesting that some people who are not used to working from home just haven't even really went down that path. And now that we know it's not going to be a week or 2 working from home, this kind of idea of just working from anywhere and it'll do, and it's a temporary fix, isn't going to work, because you can't go 6 months without being productive and effective in a job and feel comfortable and happy and calm. So the same conversation came up again with a client that, she had working in like an open space with a living room and a dog and a kitchen. And she's like, I'm just so scattered. And she was putting a lot of onus on her weakness and her inability to function. And I'm like, I'm just watching it and it's making me crazy. I don't see how you can work. So really getting them kind of in a different environment in order to be able to succeed. And she called me and was like, oh my God, it's so much different and so much better. It's already helping. So I want to ask you guys, if you are not in your ideal environment, which a lot of us aren't right now, and that's the way it is. If you're not in your ideal working environment, what tweaks could you make easily and very quickly in order to get that? Because that can be a huge benefit to your happiness, your calm, your peace, your productivity. And so this whole idea that we should just be flexible and we should be able to work anywhere with any tools and blah, 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 it's a fallacy. So I want to encourage you guys to give yourself the gift of a functioning workspace and really, deep dive into what you really need in order to feel successful, because we're going to be here a few more months, especially in Texas. I'm sure there's going to be, I would say not more than a few more months, probably at least 6. So outfit a space that helps you succeed and feel calm. And if that means you have to temporarily rearrange furniture, so be it. Because you know what? This is not a Band-Aid type of environment we're talking about. This is your livelihood. It's what makes you feel good. It's what makes you feel successful. So it's important. So that's what I just want to say. We can get on here today and say is that your environment, your work environment is important. So do what you need to do in order to feel successful and feel confident in your work environment. So I come in here and I shut the door and it makes me happy. And I know that I can kind of make that kinetic transfer of I'm no longer mommy or the dog's mom or the neighbor or the daughter or whatever. I am at work and I can honor the work that I do in this space. So I hope that this helps, and I hope it just gives you guys a moment of pause to think, okay, what do I need in order to succeed? So I hope you have a wonderful week. It's hump day, and 4th of July is coming, and I want to wish you a happy holiday, and I will see you soon. Bye.